welcome. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in to another great show of Skin Talk. We have, as always, some great guests, some upcoming beneficial tips.
Yeah. We have Kim on from Skin Catering. She's a fantastic esthetician.
Okay, yeah.
She's actually the woman who does my facials, so I love her.
And you have such great glowy skin. So all those who want to have this Megan's beautiful skin, then you definitely got to see her.
No, Kim is fantastic, and she's going to give some really good tips. She's going to talk about her area of expertise, and obviously, being an esthetician, it's a perfect fit for this show.
Oh, absolutely,
so,
absolutely. But not only how maintaining great skin, but also, as we always point out, and the basis of the show is about melanoma and skin concerns.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, she's going to have a lot of good stuff.
I'm excited for that.
And also, Leanne is going to have some amazing things for us. I'm really excited about her segment.
Yes, because it's an interesting twist. Should I sort of?
You can maybe tease it a little
on what you could do with beer.
Yeah, it's not just for drinking.
Yeah.
Although that's what I prefer to use it for.
Yes, yes. It's interesting, a very interesting way to use it, whether or not men will be pleased as to what it's used for. Then again, they may.
We're going to see. We're going to see.
Stay tuned
She's
for that.
using Guinness, though, so I feel like they will be pleased.
Okay.
So you just got back from vacation?
Yes. From sunny Florida.
Uh-oh. But you don't look like you got burnt, so that's good.
No, I don't even think it doesn't look like I even got color. Like I normally have this color skin.
No, you're pretty good about putting on the sunscreen.
Well, yeah. Well, I use 50.
Nice.
And it's a spray because I feel like that's easier coverage. That's just for me personally.
Yep.
But my skin is so sensitive that I ended up getting some kind of rash on my skin. And if you could tell, it's awful and itchy.
Was it from the sunscreen?
I really believe it was. But then the hotel that I was staying at was a very high-end elite hotel.
Nice.
And I think there's a thing going around in the pools and the hot tubs. So unfortunately, I think it might be that.
Okay.
So yeah,
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of skin, things not to do.
So don't go into hot tubs or pools ever.
Oh, that's such a bummer because I love the hot tub. When
I know, and I'm never going to go into it again. Really? I swear, because I thought for sure it was like I was cursing the sunblock.
Oh my goodness!
And then I was like, no, I can't curse the sunblock. It's good for me, and because my skin is so sensitive, so I try everything, every kind of sunblock that's organic and natural and But yeah, it wasn't the sunblock. Was not the sunblock.
Okay. Well, you know what? I always tell people who have concerns about that, cosmeticdatabase.com is a really phenomenal website that you can go to.
That's good that you mentioned, because being on vacation is, I was actually surprised and relieved how many people, more than I've ever seen in past years, putting sunblock on. And I'm not talking about parents putting it on their kids.
Them putting it on themselves.
Single people. Like, guys laying on the beach and girls and...
People are starting to get it. I feel like there's, we're improving awareness. People get it now. I mean, regardless of whether or not they change their behavior is one thing, but I think people actually know about the negative effects. And you brought up a really interesting point about how when even when you cringed a little bit about the beach, and is that word, taboo to people who have experienced melanoma?
That's what I wanted to ask you, because being on the beach, I grew up in Long Island, New York. A lot of you are not familiar with that, like West Hampton. I went to West Hampton High.
Yep.
So my backyard was a beach. That's all I knew growing up. So, and I'm sure people in Florida and people in other areas, the Cape and stuff like that, it's
that's
the
where
same
I grew up.
thing.
I grew up in Wilbraham, but we went to the Cape every year.
Right. But the thing is, for me, my escape, my serenity, my I just want to get away from life. I would always ride my bike or run or whatever I could to the ocean, to the beach. I even lived in Bermuda.
I think that's fine.
I think was just the ocean, just the smell of the sea, just the sand in my feet.
Well, there's
just
something very relaxing about connecting back with nature.
But I feel guilty.
Don't feel guilty.
I'm on the beach and I feel guilty that I'm in the water. I'm not laying in the sun, but there's times that you're sitting down, obviously, and you're eating or having a conversation with those who you have on the beach.
Right.
And I feel guilty thinking, oh, somebody's going to see me from the show and I'm at the beach. So you being a melanoma survivor, are there other taboo words? Because believe it or not, the word beach, to a lot of people I know who are affected by melanoma,
it makes them cringe.
And they actually, they won't say it, but they look at me funny that I'm actually going to the beach. And I think that's what adds to the guilt.
Well, I don't think you need to feel guilty. Being a melanoma survivor, the word tan or tanning.
Of course,
if I hear someone say, "You look like you have a really great tan," or I'm going to go to the beach and get a tan and lay out and get a tan, that will make me cringe. Yeah. The word beach doesn't, but I don't make people feel guilty about that. What I usually say is, okay, well, just so you know, I'm a melanoma survivor. I wouldn't recommend tanning. It's,
yes, absolutely.
You don't try to cram it down someone's throat because people have to live their lives. I still go to the beach. We have to live our lives, but it's just being safe and being smart about it.
Right.
So
I mean, there's people there. The area, the place that I went, there was a lot of older people, and I know their skins are more sensitive.
Right.
And there were people, and you could tell they were just totally enjoying themselves. They had a hat on, and I think it might have been that sun type of black clothing. Yeah. They had long sleeve white thin shirt.
Yep.
They had long khaki pants. They had totally covered shoes.
They're in their
but
parkas.
I saw them every morning walking for hours. They were on the beach for hours. They were completely covered.
Beach has other positive implications than just getting a tan. You can relax there too.
Right.
So.
And again, it's like that serenity and being outdoors and stuff. But the whole point of it is being protected. And literally, I was spraying myself every 15 to 20 minutes.
Wow.
That's
how I was in the Amazon.
And I never was like that.
Right.
But lately, obviously all that we do and all that we talk about, and it made a difference. And I love the fact that I kept my skin safe and I enjoyed the beach.
Right, and you can come back feeling good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I could have been in Florida.
Oh, yeah, it would have been fun.
To enjoy a nice little vacation. But stay tuned. We have Leanne's segment coming up next. Welcome back. We have Kim Brunton here from Skin Catering, lead esthetician, and what is the other title?
Co-formulator.
Co-formulator.
Okay, so we got to find out what
Explain that.
Yes.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Well, Leanne is the actual chef in the whole process of putting everything together, but I tell Leanne what should go into what.
She clarified. I tell Leanne.
Well, if you want an eye cream, then you need to have certain
elements
to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And just to be clear, Kim works with Leanne.
Yes, at Skin Catering.
At Skin Catering, our segment host over there. And it's so nice to have you and taking the time to. And I know you had to rearrange some things at the last minute to get you on the show. So we are very, very excited about the tips and things that you are going to bring to us.
And I was saying beforehand that you actually do my facials. And
I
love your facials. Tell us a little bit about what you do and how you make the magic happen.
Do you have different types of facials, or what's like the most
We do.
common?
Every facial at Skin Catering is custom to the client's needs.
Yep.
So you could come in and say that you want to have this done, but I'm going to look at your skin and say, well, first and foremost, we need to get this done. We need to achieve this.
Which you've done to me before.
Yeah.
maybe once. Maybe once.
It's almost like going to store and be like,
but
I
it's
want
good.
this
I
dress,
love it.
but it only comes in a size 2.
Yeah.
You get a size 4, but I want this dress.
I want to squeeze myself into it, but
so it's the same thing where it's like some people may want a certain thing done to their skin, but it may not be the best for their skin.
Yes. Oftentimes they hear terms out in the media, and they come in and they want, what the latest fad is. Well, that latest fad may not always be what your skin needs right now.
Okay.
So we're very basic, very back to basic. I look at your skin, I teach you how to cleanse your skin, I teach you how to exfoliate your skin, which in order to have a nice glow and a fresh look to your skin, you have to exfoliate on a regular basis.
And that's because you're removing all the dead skin
cells. We're sloughing off all the dead cells.
I'm a mom of 3. I work, the show. I have a full-time job. I mean, when it comes to dealing with that in the morning or expensive, or process, there's some estheticians that I've gone to, and they're at the end, because I'm like, wow, my face feels great, but it's like, okay, this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4, and I'm like, I got to do that every day. There's 7 different processes.
It's the same bottle.
And it's $400. Yeah. So what is like the process of exfoliating? Can you sort of elaborate as to what an exfoliation actually means? Because I think I've also gotten confused about what that term was.
Sure.
So exfoliating the technical term is sloughing of the dead cells off of your skin. What we see is all dead. You want to make sure that your skin is clear. However, you can't over exfoliate because you need those cells for protection. Think of a baby's bottom. Think of a baby's face and how plump and how fresh and how lovely it is. No,
I wish I could.
It's true. It's beautiful. You just want to kiss it and touch it.
Yeah, that's a good example.
There's no dead cells on that, obviously. That fetus had been living in beautiful, hydrated, environment for 9 months. If we could all do that, then we would all look like that.
You actually always warn me when I leave, like we took a lot off today. What do you mean by that? I mean, I know, but it would be great for the viewers to know. It's very easy to over exfoliate. With all the products now, with exfoliators and the cleanser and the toner and the moisturizer, it's very easy and it's very dangerous to over exfoliate. You need some form of dead cell on your skin to protect it. From the sun and other
You would
elements,
never in a million years think to take that beautiful baby with the lovely skin out in the sun
I really like that
without
example.
without any protection.
Yeah.
So what would you use to exfoliate? Like, there's some people I know who use soap. There's some people I know who use, I don't want to mention certain product names, but products that are on the shelf, they've been around for years. Like, how or what should they use to exfoliate? Should they use a washcloth? Should they use their hands?
Everybody's skin is different. For example, Leanne can't even use a washcloth on her face because she breaks out from it. Then there are other women who could use a scrub brush on their face and not even be pink. So everybody needs to find their basic means of exfoliation. Yogurt is my favorite means. Yogurt is my favorite means.
I like
after you wash your face,
after you cleanse your face, exactly. This would be great to do with the kids.
Geez, beer, yogurt, what next?
I know, but it's it actually has a tingly feeling and it eats away the bacteria, right?
It absolutely does. Yeah, it's got a live active culture in it.
You can eat it while you're doing it. No,
and you can eat it while you're doing it. All you need is a little teaspoon.
Brands, like non-fat.
You want live cultures.
You want live cultures. So you can use anything from sour cream to whole cream, which is a great exfoliant when you're in the bath. A half a cup of whole cream in a regular bathtub. Beautiful exfoliant. You come out so soft.
So really it's just sour cream?
Sour cream.
That's so cool.
There's that live active culture in there that just eats away. And
wow. And now what are some of the other services that you do for just to protect the skin and for our people at home to keep the skin overall healthy? What are some of the other tips you recommend?
I love no hot water on the face.
Okay.
That is so dehydrating to your skin.
Okay, good to know.
It's so bad.
Nice, I know.
And never let that hot water coming out of the shower actually hit your face.
Really?
Yes. It's not a good situation at all. Turn around. I'm a junkie. I'll be the first person to tell you. It took me a long time to...
Because it feels so nice.
It feels so good and it's so relaxing. The massage on your face is so relaxing. But if you turn around and let it hit your shoulders and leave your face alone, it's going to help with any sort of sagging.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That's reason enough to do
puffy
it.
eyes type of situation?
Cool. Always cool with the puffiness.
Yep.
Any sort of irritation. So if you have a pimple and it's red, don't steam it and squish it. Put some ice on it, cool it down, see where that goes, and then take a good look, step back, and then try to extract
and
it.
It's just so hard to you don't want to get it off your skin.
Well, you want to treat it like an injury. You want to treat it
true.
like anything red on your body. If you get it, if you get hurt, you want to treat it like an injury.
But these are good tips. Some, like you said, are hard to sort of, you get into this, routine of doing certain things.
Well, and you're busy and things like that. But you have
it's
to make
beneficial.
time.
Stay away from hot water.
Yeah.
Like, be sensitive to your skin, not scrubbing it too much and over exfoliating
Pay
it.
attention.
And using like yogurts and things like that too.
Easy products at home.
Easy products that you have at home.
So you're going to have you back to do an actual facial on.
That would be great.
That would be awesome.
Really fun.
That would be great.
Do that.
One quick and major thing, if we can make it quick, melanoma. What is, like, do you find that on people? I'm sure in your line of field, they teach it at school, right?
They taught it at our school when we
Good.
were in aesthetic school. They teach you the importance of identifying one too, in case you do happen to run across one.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome to know.
And due to the types of skin cancers that there are, there's different kinds. So there's
Basal
often
cells and
right,
things like
squamous, basal, and melanoma. So oftentimes they present themselves and people are trying to pick at something. It looks like a pimple and it's not.
Yeah.
So, you know, they'll come in and they'll say, you know, I've had this for 2 months and I can't get rid of it. What is it? And I say, well, I think I think this, you know, I oftentimes say start with your GP.
Sure.
So not to alarm somebody.
Yes.
Right. Because I was going to say you have to be sensitive to that, but you do want to, you know,
Urge
mention it to
them
them,
to
whether
do
they're
Right.
coming to you with something or you noticing something on
Yes.
it.
Right.
So that
Yeah.
is good that you do identify it, that you were taught it, because our
Absolutely.
basis is education,
Absolutely.
and that you handle it. Well, again,
great.
it was just so awesome to
We
have
are
you on the
having
show,
you
and
back,
we will
definitely.
definitely have Kim back
Thank
to
you.
do a live facial using that yogurt and some other home products that might be helpful.
Yeah.
But we have something for Kim.
Oh, we do. Yes, we have a little
Oh,
gift
yay,
here
I
for
love
you.
presents.
We always give our guests
you so
a
much.
gift because we are so
Thank
grateful.
you.
know, it's just, you know, a little token of our appreciation for your knowledge and for your time. So definitely. And stay tuned for Leanne. We'll be right back.
Dear 16-year-old me.
Dear 16-year-old me.
Dear 16-year-old me,
Please don't get that perm. It's not as awesome as you think it's going to be.
You have to actually practice in order to learn to play guitar.
Whiskey tastes even worse on the way up.
Dear 16-year-old me, there's going to be a new set of Star Wars movies. Don't watch them. They ruin everything.
Dear 16-year-old me. This is where they took the cancer out. It was something called melanoma.
It's called malignant melanoma.
Malignant melanoma.
Malignant. That's not a very friendly word.
You'll be diagnosed when you're 28.
18.
36.
29.
22.
It's a tumor that starts in your skin cells, the cells that give your hair and skin color.
It's not just skin cancer.
Well, it is,
Well, it is.
but not just the...
Cut it out and it'll be fine kind, unfortunately.
It's the kind that you have to catch before it spreads.
Because it spreads so fast.
So fast.
To places like your liver,
Your lungs.
your brain.
Yours will be a really rare kind in your left eye, and that's when you'll find out.
That melanoma can show up on your tongue, the palms of your hands, and the soles of your feet.
Your doctors will tell you you're lucky that you caught it early.
Yours will tell you that you need aggressive treatment.
I'll have to tell you it might take a year of chemotherapy.
And you'll need to do some of the injections yourself.
Dear 16-year-old me,
You're doing okay.
you're strong.
But there are some things I want you to know.
I wish I'd known.
That one bad sunburn before you turn 18.
Doubles your chances of developing melanoma.
That fair skin and red hair means that you're at a higher risk of getting it.
As if ginger people didn't have enough problems.
That you're at higher risk if you've got more than 50 moles.
And if you have a weakened immune system or a family history of skin cancer.
I want you to know the outlook is very good if we can catch it early.
But you have less than a 10% chance of surviving more than 5 years if we don't.
Dear 16-year-old me,
spend more time with family. They mean everything.
If I had one piece of advice for you, don't start the tanning bed. I know you want a healthy glow, but it's going to double my chances of getting melanoma.
Sunscreen.
Yes, I agree. It's a huge pain in the ass, but so worth it. Please.
Your skin's like an elephant. It never forgets.
Dear 16-year-old me, helping spread this message is how you'll honor Glenna's memory. At 16, she's already an incredible lifeguard. She loves the sun and the beach and tanning, but she just doesn't know.
She'll be diagnosed when she's 22 and will lose her battle when she's just 26.
I want you to know, because it's melanoma that's going to take the strongest man you know, your best friend, and the love of your life.
Dear 16-year-old me,
Don't be afraid. This isn't about being afraid.
I want you to be aware
That melanoma is a young person's disease.
It is the second most common cancer in children and teenagers, and one of the most common in young adults.
And it can be deadly.
I want you to know you're not helpless.
This is a cancer that shows itself
right there on the outside of you.
Start checking your skin.
Please check.
Get to know your skin.
Get to know your skin.
Start checking your skin.
If a new mole shows up,
Or if when you have, starts to change color,
or size, or shape.
or feels different.
If something seems out of place, get your doctor to have a look as soon as possible.
Know what to look for and get help. These are all signs your skin could be developing cancer.
You brush your teeth every day, maybe even floss,
Okay, we both know you don't floss.
but just once a month. I want you to check.
It takes 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Dear 16-year-old me, I do realize you're not actually going to see this, but someone else will, and it'll make a difference to them.
Dear someone else.
Dear somebody else.
If you're watching this,
send it to a 16-year-old you care about.
Send it to anyone who was once 16.
Or soon will be 16. Send this.
And check yourself. Educate yourself.
You can download tools and information about melanoma here.
Share this link.
Tweet this link.
Post this to your Facebook.
Do you know Skin Talk? Well, you should.
Melanoma rates are increasing faster than all other cancers in the United States.
So you should watch Skin Talk because you'll learn about melanoma early detection and prevention and overall skincare health.
So start watching. All right, I'm very ready for this.
Oh, absolutely. My mouth has been watering for some reason since the start of the show.
Yeah, Leanne, what do you have for us today?
I have a special little concoction here in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
Woohoo!
So we have
a little accent there.
Get a little brogue going on for you. So you've probably heard like European spas, they bathe themselves in beer. So I thought today would be fun in honor of St. Patrick's Day to show you what you can do for a foot soak for that month with some beer and some apple cider vinegar.
Are you going to use all of that beer?
I thought I might save a little for us to do a little toast after the show.
Maybe you need to pour like 2 or 3 glasses first. Just a couple. And then use the rest?
Yeah. I think we need a taste test to make sure that this is safe.
That's what I was thinking.
For ourselves. Yes. So the reason why we would use beer, so what you're going to do is you're going to take a bottle of beer, take a swig, and then you're going to pour it into your foot bath.
That's the important part.
Exactly. And then you're going to, unfortunately, dilute it with some water. You can just fill the water up so it's about the height of your ankles. And then you're going to take about a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and you're going to swirl that around in the foot bath. And the reason why you're going to do that is because the yeast in the beer softens your feet, and then the apple cider vinegar also eats away at the calluses as well. And the alcohol acts as a natural antiseptic. So it's very good if you have athlete's foot or anything like that. Too much Irish high step. Tired. Actually, with the road race, if anybody runs the road race, this is fantastic after running the road race because your feet are really hot and tired.
Does it feel kind of like, is there something going on?
It's nice and cold, and then the carbonation from the beer.
Cold? Like, I guess you shouldn't heat it up.
You can do it room temperature if you need to, but if you've been running and you want to use this to cool down your feet, you can use a cold bottle of beer instead.
You should set up a table there with your bowl and the beer at the end of the road.
I don't want to do anything hot, sweaty
you that you're doing this to the beer, but
I love that. It's a good idea.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. Wow. So does it feel tingly, like with the carbonation?
If you're using a carbonated beer, so say you're using more of a pale ale, it has a little more carbonation to it, but this is, Guinness doesn't have as much carbonation to it.
Let me ask you something, Leanne.
Sure.
So we've got Guinness and apple cider vinegar, and I'm assuming the smell from those mixed together probably isn't great. So is there something that people can put on their feet afterwards to help alleviate the smell of the vinegar?
Or add something in it to make it smell?
Well, believe it or not, once the apple cider vinegar gets diluted with the water in the beer, you can't smell it at all.
Oh.
And then your feet actually have a really nice, they smell like bread afterwards.
And you're gonna want to eat your feet
from the yeast. Yeah, exactly. So, but you can do, if you want to do a scrub, you can add a little Jameson's Irish whiskey with a little bit of sugar.
And
then you're really gonna get some people cursing you to use that
car bomb in your feet.
I'm putting my feet. No
People
Jameson.
think I have a fully stocked bar at the spa to like feed them when they, to relax. But honestly, we use it for skincare.
So now, is it supposed to relieve pain and just sort of feel soothing after? Is that?
It's actually going to relieve itching from athlete's foot.
Okay.
It helps if you have some fungus. But of course, if you have any problems with like that, you really do want to see a doctor. And also, if you are diabetic, you want to make sure that you see a doctor about that as well. And make sure you dry your feet really well. And do not do this if you have open cuts or sores or wounds on your feet.
Because you could get drunk. I like that. I love it, Leanne. And
you're not going to be able to walk.
This episode is Skin Talk.
I knew you were slurring your words. No, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
We really appreciate
As always,
it.
it was a great tip.
Awesome segment. Stay tuned. We have more show coming for you next.
Hi, I'm Renee Banks, the first runner-up to Miss Massachusetts Outstanding Teen, and hopefully the next Miss America's Outstanding Teen. I take a lot of pride in skin safety, not just because I am involved in the Miss America's Outstanding Teen organization, and healthy and beautiful skin means everything in a pageant, but because my grandfather passed away from melanoma. And my mission is melanoma awareness.
Hey, where's Renee?
I think she's doing a PSA on the set.
Oh, let's go check it out.
All right.
You must know my good friends from Skin Talk.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey, what are you up to?
I was just talking about you ladies because thanks to you, I am able to spread my own personal melanoma outreach.
And I know what that is. To educate.
And to demonstrate.
And terminate melanoma. So keep watching Skin Talk.
I loved Leanne's segment.
Absolutely.
No respect for beer, huh?
Absolutely, totally no respect for beer. I had a thought that, when you're at a party and you have all this leftover beer, why in the world there would be leftover beer?
No leftover beer at my parties.
Yeah, no. But there's leftover beers at parties that I go, and I'm like, this is so wasteful. But now I found a new use for it.
I would highly advise against using
Well, yeah, I really
it
didn't think that all the way through. Backwash foot scrub.
Beer is really good for foot scrubs. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
But hey, thank you for watching. This has been another awesome show. Please follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
And speaking of Facebook, we don't have emails this episode because this is really cool. So we had someone actually send us in on Facebook little tips about how to have nice pale skin, how to make your pale skin look, glow and pretty and have lots of, nice makeup and all that. So
no need for a tan.
Right,
you
exactly.
could glow and look beautiful with what was her tips?
There was 5 tips. It was things like exfoliate, make sure you're moisturizing, how to use bronzer, what kind of blush you should be using if you're fair. So we posted that. So
it really makes a difference. Trust me.
Absolutely.
I've tried similar things, and you'll be amazed about the compliments you're going to get on your skin.
Yeah, people will say, "Oh, you look so healthy." So check that out on Facebook.
Yes, and continue watching. See you next time.
Thank you for the continued support from our sponsors. It's All About Me for dressing us every single show.
Yes, and also Wilbraham Flowers for providing us with some great flowers to decorate our set and help us look good.